Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash, top honors and salutations to the elders and apostles, whom is doing real well, and to the Akim and the focus of the earth in this last days and time, preaching the gospel from Ashak Yahushai. Yeah, so you see the drama over there in the land of Israel, man, between Edom and Ishmael, all right, between Amalek and Ishmael. Yeah, so it just shows you, man, that 1948 was just a big old joke, and the Lord is gonna let this bad blood between Edom and Ishmael to continue, all right, because Edom has dealt violently, over there. So what do you expect? And the world is under the control of the Edomites. So what do you expect to happen? So this is what you have to look forward to on a daily basis, man. Crime and violence, small scale, large scale, mid scale, doesn't make a difference. It's still destruction, all right? Till the Lord gives that solid green light for World War III to happen, to shake the world at its core, and to make the world reel to and fro like a drunkard. So I'm going to get a quick precept from the book of Ezekiel chapter 35. Yeah, so this is what happens, man, when some people think it's cool, it's an exciting adventure to claim someone else's identity. I want to live up to it, but they're not equipped to fulfill it. So this is what happens, man. They always have to resort to violence to get that point across. And that's Edom for you, man. He's blessed with the sword. He can't really convince the people of the world anymore with his words, so he has to use the sword. He has to blackmail people to go along with his agenda. And, he just had to stir up the hornet's nest, man. And that's what, the Lord has already warned his elect about. So I'm going to get a quick precept. It's going to be from the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 18. All right, it's good advice for the elect. It says you clearly that if it be possible, as much as light in you, live peaceably with all men. All right, and that's what the Lord tells us to do. Live peaceably with all men. That's a rule to live by. But these Edomites, man, they can't. The Most High calls them the border of wickedness. All right, and the earth is in mourning because of them. All right, so Babylon is in mourning. Persia is in mourning. The UK is in mourning. The South and Central America is in mourning. Canada is in mourning. Yeah, it's because of this Edomites. And this Edomite, man, these Edomites have turned the world into a tumultuous place to live, man. The earth wasn't built by the Lord for chaos, man. It wasn't designed for chaos. And these Edomites have basically turned everything upside down, all right? So that's why I have to also read the book of Ezekiel chapter 35. Yeah, because each time you think about this elites, man, this elite Edomites, especially the Amalekites, you just get so angry and upset. And you just, you're pulling the hair off your head and your beard as if you got some bout of depression or anxiety disorder, but not knowing that, hey, it's just the Spirit of the Lord is, letting you know that you're being oppressed, man. The world is out. The whole foundation of the earth is out of course because of these wicked Edomites, man. All right, and then they have the right, to claim that they are victims, and they will also want to be the heroes at the same time. So the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 4 says, "This is the judgment that's coming for these Edomites." Okay, he says, I'm going to go straight to the point. All right. It says, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord." So judgment is coming, to these Edomites, man. And if you read verse 3, it tells you about what the Lord is going to do against Mount Seir. All right. And, start from verse 1. Ezekiel 35, verse 1. "Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying," all right, the word of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. All right. "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Ashah Bashim Kakadash, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate." All right. And then jump to verse 5. It says, "Because thou hast a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of thy sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end." Yeah, so when Amalek does all this evil to us, what do you think the Lord's going to make happen in their own their own so-called habitation? He's going to, drop those thoughts of what you call of discontentment, and they're going to go looking around for trouble. And then you have explosions and building collapses, building demolitions. People can't make it to the shelter on time, so they get crushed, by the explosive ordinances, that bring down the buildings. So what do you expect, man? So this is just a small scale. Very soon it's gonna be a huge scale, man. It's gonna be the order of the day in Babylon, aka America, man. Okay. Then verse 6 says, "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Ashah Bashim Kakadash, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." All right. And what else can I say, man? The Lord has a controversy with these Edomites, man. So you just have to, it's going to start from over there in the so-called Middle East, and it's going to spread worldwide. "Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth." All right. So, Babylon, aka America, is going down the drain, man. The so-called land of Israel has to be purged of Edom and Ishmael and every other hidden in there, man. And the stubborn of our people that want to set roots in there right now, okay, because it's not a time for our people to be in that land. And they have to get it together and move on to another spot till the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai returns. Woo-wee! So the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 5 says, "Therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Ashah Bashim Kakadash, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey." Yeah, so, oh boy, the fire of the Most High's jealousy is about to be activated very soon, man, because the angels of the Lord are just waiting. They're just waiting in the winds. Waiting, waiting for the Lord to send forth His word to unleash the destruction that's been held back. All right, and hey, what can you say, man? The Lord is fair and balanced, man. These folks think, they think that they could, commandeer the the holy place of the Lord on earth, and use it for whatever they want to use it for, to make the world upside down. They are sadly mistaken. So the Lord is going to, make them feel His wrath and anger and His judgment. So the book of Isaiah chapter 34 verse 5 says, For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, all right, Edom, okay, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Yeah, so there is no peace unto the wicked, man. What Amalek has done to our people, it's gonna be repaid unto them, man. From what they did when we were coming out of the land of Egypt, and their collaboration with the so-called, let me not say so-called, with the Babylonians, the Assyrians, to cause harm to our people, and what they've done as the Greeks, and what they've done as the Romans, and what they've done as the so-called members of the EU, NATO, okay, as the dragon and the beast. Hey, the Lord's going to make them pay for it, okay? And then the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11, tells you that, Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother, all right, he did pursue the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans with the sword, all right, the Israelites, right, and he still didn't want to let go of us till this day. You have our people, the so-called Native Americans, suffering, catching so much hell, man, in Canada, in the Americas, and then you have so-called, you have so-called Negroes over there in West Africa, East Africa, in the Middle Central Africa, catching hell because of Esau's greed, all right, turning our people against each other. And the same thing over there in South America too, So what do you think the Lord is going to do against these elite Edomites, man? And did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So, hey, what do you expect? So this is just a little glimpse of what's about to be on a world's wide scale. And you could play the video. It's on CBS News. It tells you that extremely violent situation on both sides of Israel-Gaza border. Yeah, so Ishmael and Edom are gonna go at it because the Most High has a controversy with the house of Ishmael and the house of Edom, and they're gonna go at it, man. So the Lord, makes them to cool it down a little bit, and it's gonna get hot again for World War III. So with that, I say shalom, and expect the judgment of the Lord, to go forth in these last days and times. Shalom.